Hello students, this is our new topic coordinate geometry. In this topic, first of all, we try to understand some key points. First of all, coordinate axis. What are coordinate axis? Then coordinates, then quadrants, then distance formula, applications of distance formula, section formula, area of triangle, area of polygon, centroid, incenter, circumcenter and orthocenter. So first of all, coordinate axis. So the coordinate axis, the line when a 2D plane, this is it, right? 2D plane, two-dimensional plane. When a 2D plane is divided by two perpendicular lines, these lines are called axes. Means this x-axis and its opposite side x dash, and this is y dash, right? So xo x dash line and yo y dash line. So these line yo y dash and xo x dash, these lines are called axes, coordinate axes, right? So the line xo x dash, this line is called x-axis. Clear? So this line is x-axis, and the line yo y dash, this line is yo y dash is called y-axis. Clear? Now what are coordinates? So coordinates are the distances of a point from both the axes, means x-axis and y-axis. Suppose a point P which is located here. So this point y unit away from x-axis, so this distance is y. So this is y unit away from x-axis and x unit from y-axis. So it means a point is located in a quadrant, then the distances from both the axes, these distances are called x and y, are called coordinates, right? First of all, the x coordinate, which is called abscissa, the distance along x-axis, that is called abscissa. Means the distance along x-axis, means this distance is called abscissa. So this is abscissa, right? And the distance along y-axis, which is known as ordinate. So this distance ordinate. The distance along y-axis, that is called ordinate. Now what are quadrants? Quadrants means when a 2D plane divided by both the axes, it means x-axis and y-axis, then we get four quadrants. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. So these are four quadrants. Clear? In first quadrant, in this case, abscissa and ordinate both are positive, means x greater than 0 and y greater than 0. And in second quadrant, here abscissa is negative but y is less, but y is greater than 0, means y is positive and x is negative. In third quadrant, both are negative, means x is lesser than 0 and y is also lesser than 0, means both are negative. Here both are negative. Here x negative, y positive. Clear? This is positive. And here both are positive, means x and y both are positive. In this case, x is positive and y is negative. Clear? Means coordinates will be in positive and negative signs. Now so here the first quadrant, means in this quadrant x is greater than and y is greater than 0. And in second quadrant, here x lesser than 0 and y greater than 0, means y positive and x negative. In third quadrant, both are negative, means x and y both are lesser than 0. And in fourth quadrant, here x is greater than 0 and y is lesser than 0, means here in both the coordinate, first coordinate is positive and other is negative, means ordinate is negative. Clear? In this quadrant, both are in negative form. Here this is x coordinate is negative and y coordinate is positive. In this section x is positive and y is also positive, right? Both are positive. Now the distance formula means, suppose two points are lying in first quadrant P and Q. The coordinates of P are x1 y1 and the coordinate of Q are x2 and y2. So these are x1 y1 and x2 y2. Then what is the distance between P and Q? Means this distance PQ, how much? So to find the distance PQ, we draw a perpendicular from P on the line QM which falls on N, and now the distance from origin to L means this distance, this is x1 because of the coordinate of P are x1 and y1 and the coordinates of Q are x2 and y2. This means the this distance from origin to M means x2. This distance is x2. It means LM distance will be x2 minus x1 and the QN distance will be y2 minus v1. Because of whole distance this is y2 and this distance is y1. So it means QN distance will be y2 minus y1. Right? Now in right angle triangle PQN. So this is a right angle triangle. So applying Pythagoras theorem, then we will get PQ square equal to PN square plus QN square. This formula. Then PQ square equal to the distance of PN is x2 minus x1 and distance is QN is y2 minus y1. So PQ square equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. It means PQ will be the square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is the y1 whole square. So this is the formula of the distance between two points. So how to find the distance between two points with the help of coordinate geometry? So we use the formula PQ equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. x2 minus x1, these are the abscissa of two distinct points, and y2 and y1 are the ordinates of the two distinct points P and Q. Clear? So the difference of abscissas square and the square of difference of ordinates of the two distinct points. So this is the distance formula. By using distance formula, some applications of distance formula. So how to prove parallelogram by using distance formula, how to prove rectangle, how to prove square, and how to prove rhombus and equilateral triangle. So first of all, we see the parallelogram. Suppose you want to prove the 4 points are given, that the points makes a parallelogram. These points make a parallelogram. So how to prove it? So first of all, there are two methods to prove the coordinates to form a parallelogram. First of all, suppose there are 4 points P, Q, R and S. Then how to prove these points form a parallelogram? So first of all, by using the distance formula, you find distance PQ, then QR, then RS, then PS, right? And next step, in first step you find the distances of the sides of PQ, QR, RS and PS. Then second step, check the opposite pair of sides are equal or not. If this is suppose PQR, sketch roughly a quadrilateral PQ, a roughly diagram PQRS. Now check PQ equal to SR. If PQ equal to RS and other side QR equal to PS, then this is the required condition to prove these 4 points to make a parallelogram. Clear? So this is the first method to prove the given 4 points to form a parallelogram, right? And another method is, which is more innovative method, This method is, suppose these 4 points are lying in a 2D plane. You want to prove these points forms a parallelogram. Then you find the midpoint of, suppose this, the midpoint of side QS and PR. If the midpoint of both the sides is same, it means these sides bisect each other. Clear? It means these diagonals bisect each other. It means the quadrilateral will be a parallelogram because of the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So these are the two methods. Next, how to prove rectangle? So how to prove rectangle? It means in this case you also find the length of all the four sides PQ, QR, RS and PS by using distance formula. And PQ, now you will check if PQ equal to RS and QR equal to PQ. If this condition is satisfied, then it proves parallelogram. One more step also be used, which is all diagonals are also fine. So the diagonal will be PR and QS. If diagonals are also equal, then this parallelogram will be a rectangle. Clear? So for the rectangle, opposite sides should be equal and diagonal should be also equal. So this parallelogram will prove rectangle. Clear? Now how to prove square? So for the square, you find all the four sides PQ, QR, RS and SR and PS. Then if all the sides are equal, PQ equal to QR, PQ equal to QR equal to RS equal to PS, and diagonal should be also equal, means PR should be equal to QS. If diagonals are also equal, then these 4 points should be the vertices of a square, means these points make a square, right? So for the necessary condition of square is if all the sides are equal and diagonals are also equal. Now what is the required condition for rhombus? If all the sides are equal, only sides should be equal, means PQ equal to QR equal to RS equal to PQ. If sides are equal of a quadrilateral, then it is the required condition to prove the rhombus. Clear? Next, how to prove the 3 points which are lying on a 2D plane. Then how to prove the point form a equilateral triangle. So if all the sides are equal, then it is the required condition to prove the given points form a equilateral triangle, means suppose 3 points are lying in a plane. So in a 2D plane, suppose this is a triangle. Clear? PQR. So by using distance formula, you find all the sides of the triangle PQ, QR and PR. If all sides are equal, then it is the required condition to be proved that the given equilateral triangle, the given triangle be a equilateral triangle. Clear? Now section formula. Section formula, in this formula, suppose PQ is a line segment, a point is R. In this diagram, you can see R point which divides the PQ segment into two parts which are in ratio M1 and M2. Clear? This RM RQ, this segment RQ, M2, and this segment PR. is m1, means this point R which divides the whole segment PQ into the ratio m1 and m2. So suppose the coordinates of the points P are x1 y1 and the coordinates of the point Q are x2 and y2. Draw the perpendiculars from P and Q on the x-axis which are falls on x-axis at L and N respectively. Now another perpendicular draw from the point R which falls on the x-axis at M. Now draw another perpendicular from P on the line Qn and from R on the Qn which falls on S and T respectively. Clear? The distance is OL will be x1 because of the coordinates of P are x1 and y1, and the distance of OM will be x because the coordinate of point R are x comma y, and the distance will be ON is x2 because of this distance the coordinate of point Q are x2 and y2. So this distance Qn will be x2 and Qn will be y2. Clear? It means this distance will be how much? Y minus y1. This y minus y1, and this distance will be y2 minus y. So these two triangles means PKR and RTQ, both the triangles will be similar. Why? Because of this angle will be this equal to this angle. Why? These are the corresponding angles, and this angle K and T are 90, so these are equal. So and this angle P equal to angle R because of these are also corresponding angles. So due to the condition of similarity, these two triangles will be similar. So you know very well, if two triangles are similar, then the ratio of their corresponding sides is proportional. So it means PQ upon QR will be PK upon RT equal to KR upon TQ, right? The value of PR and QR is M1 upon M2, and the value of pk is x minus x1 from the diagram you can see, and the value of rt is x2 minus x. Clear? And value of kr is y2 minus y1, and this is y2 minus y. From the diagram you can understand very well. So comparing m1 upon m2 ratio to x minus x1 upon x2 minus x1, and this m1 upon m2 compare the ratio of y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1. When you solve this, then you will get, after cross multiplying, you will get m1 times x2 minus x equal to m2 times x minus x1. Multiply inside m1 the bracket and m2 inside the bracket. Then you will get m1 x2 minus m1 x equal to m2 x minus m2 x1. Transferred this negative term m2 x1 towards m1 x2, then you will get m1 x2 plus m2 x1 equal to m2 x plus m1 x. Taking x as a common, you will get m1 plus m2 inside the bracket, and this is equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1. Now find the value of x, then you divide this quantity m1 plus m2, then you will get m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2. This is the value of x, means this is the x coordinate. And similarly, when you solve the second ratio, then you will get coordinates of y, which is equal to m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. It means the formula of section formula, the point R which divides the given line segment PQ R x comma y is m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2 comma m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. It is very easy formula. Clear? So mx write 2 times mx plus mx and write 2 suffix 12 to 1, right? So you can easily learn, and upon m1 plus m2. Clear? You can easily learn it. Now next, here one corollary of section formula. Suppose the point R, suppose it is midpoint. If it is midpoint, then the coordinate of midpoint will be r x comma y equal to x1 plus x2 upon 2 comma y1 plus y2 upon 2. Clear? Midpoint means here the value of m1 and m2 both will be equal, and which is equal, say m. When you will put m1 and m2 equal to m, then you will solve, then you will get the coordinates of rx comma y are x1 plus x2 upon 2 comma and y1 plus y2 upon 2. So this is the formula to find the midpoint of any line segment is rx comma y equal to x1 plus x2 upon 2 comma y1 plus y2 upon 2, right? Now area of triangle. Area of a triangle, how to find the area of a triangle? Suppose three points which are lying in a plane A, x1 by 1 and x2 by 2 and x3 by 3. These points are non-collinear points which are lying in a 2D plane. Then what is the area of this triangle? Means the triangle ABC, area of this triangle ABC. What is the area? So to find the area of a triangle, so this is the formula of area of triangle: half bracket x1 in bracket y2 minus y3 plus x2 y3 minus y1 plus x3 y1 minus y2. Clear? So how to learn? First of all, write x1, x2, x3 and in bracket y minus y minus y minus y, and here 2 minus 3 means, suppose you write x1, clear? So in bracket you write y2 minus y3. Suppose x2 exterior the bracket, second term here x2, then you write y3 minus y1 inside the bracket. Now you write x3 this, then you write inside the bracket y1 minus y2. So it is very easy to learn. Area of triangle x1 plus x2 plus x3 and inside the bracket 2 3 3 1 1 3. So 1 2 3 which are in cyclic order. So according to cyclic order you can learn it very easily. Clear? So this is the formula of to find the area of a triangle with the help of coordinate geometry. Clear? Now next, how to find the area of a polygon? Means here the, if a polygon of n sides, then you will get area of that polygon. So the general formula of area of polygon is xy minus xy plus xy minus xy plus xy minus xy. Now fill the suffix 1 2 2 1 2 3 3 2 dash 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 n 1 1 n. Clear? So this is the order 1 2 2 1 2 3 3 2. Clear? So this is the order. So this is a pattern. So you can learn the area of a polygon. Now centroid. How to find the coordinates of a centroid of a triangle? Suppose three points A, B, C which are lying in a 2D plane and these are non-collinear points. So what are the coordinates of the centroid of the triangle? Means centroid means the intersecting points of the medians of a triangle, right? So these are the medians BE, AD and CF. These are the three medians which intersect to each other at G. So this point G is called centroid of the triangle. So the coordinates of the centroid of a triangle will be sum of abscissas of all the three vertices of the triangle divided by 3. Clear? And the y coordinate will be sum of the ordinates, means y1 y2 and y3 divided by 3. So this is the coordinates of the centroid of a triangle will be x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. So this is the coordinate of centroid of a triangle. Clear? So what is a centroid? Centroid means the intersecting point of the medians of a triangle. Clear? This is a centroid. Now in center. Here this is a in center. So in center means, suppose there are 3 points A, B, C. A means x1 by 1, coordinates of B are x2 by 2 and coordinates of C are x3 by 3. So the These points are non-collinear, which are lying in a 2D plane. It means, so we want to find the in center. In center is the intersecting point of internal angle bisectors of a triangle, right? So these sides are the internal angle bisectors. So this is AD and BE and CF. These are the angle bisectors of the triangle ABC, which are intersect to each other at I. So coordinates of I are ax1 plus bx2 plus ax3 upon a plus b plus c, comma a by 1 plus b by 2 plus c by 3 upon a plus b plus c. Thank you.